Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. Finally back to talk about the Tennessee Titans for a little bit. For those of you that missed my Cleveland Browns video, I'm sorry I missed the last month because I was unhealthy mentally, physically, I was stressed out, I had a whole bunch of issues, but don't worry, I'm back now. Let's talk some Tennessee Titans as we prepare for the 2018 NFL free agency period. The Titans have made a number of releases. We're going to talk about that today, and we're going to preview free agency soon. Okay, so I have not sat down to even look at the free agency list in depth yet, so expect a video in like 2 days of me doing that. But right now, I just want to focus on the releases and what the hell we're doing, which isn't much. Okay, so let's start with DeMarco Murray. Okay, so officially DeMarco Murray is out of the building. The Titans released running back DeMarco Murray, and they saved $6.5 million in cap room. We all expected this. Look, DeMarco Murray, I defended him coming into this year. I felt he deserved to be the starting running back at the beginning of the year. But as the year wore on, it was clear he was no longer the best running back on this roster. Derrick Henry needed more carries, and Mike Mularkey failed to see that for reasons unbeknownst to me and everyone else. But regardless, now DeMarco Murray is gone. Derrick Henry will be the starting running back for this team moving forward. But we have to look out for, and I think we all recognize this for the first time in years because I've actually been saying this for years. Y'all, we need a receiving back, okay? And now y'all finally caught up to this because you can just see around the NFL, you have guys like Alvin Kamara, you have guys making plays in the backfield, Dion Lewis's, Darren Sproles been doing it for years, guys that can catch the ball out of the backfield, Chris Thompson for the Washington Redskins, guys that can catch the ball out of the backfield and make easy plays for their quarterbacks, man. Can pick up first downs, even when they don't get first downs, 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and set things up for your offense. So I'm looking forward to hopefully the Titans adding a receiving back because DeMarco Murray was not a receiving back. And Derrick Henry, although he can catch the ball, okay, I understand he can make plays when he catches the ball. We need a shifty, speedy guy to complement Derrick Henry. But at the same time, Derrick Henry needs to be the guy that runs the ball for this franchise. I mean, I'm expecting, honestly, this year, over 1,100 rushing yards from Derrick Henry, at least. I mean, I would be shocked if he broke 1,300 because even if we add this receiving back or a guy that's going to complement him, Derrick Henry is going to have a majority of the load this year for this Tennessee Titans offense. He should honestly break 1,200 yards. I'm going to predict 1,100, but it should be 1,200 for Derrick Henry this year, and he should begin to enter the discussion of being one of the better Tennessee Titans running backs we've ever had. Honestly, I think he has the talent to do that, and I think this season will be the first of many Derrick Henry has success. We move on from that to other releases that weren't that big of a damn deal. They released Matt Cassel, which was fascinating and good, okay? Because first of all, Matt Cassel, as we all know, stinks horribly. I mean, Matt Cassel is so awful. Anytime Marcus Mariota was out, we knew we were going to lose the game because Matt Cassel was going to come in and lose the game for us, except for that Week 17 miracle in 2016 that I still cannot believe we won. I still am pissed that we won because we would have had a better draft pick. It would have made too much of a difference, but you never know, right? I'm still upset we won that damn game. But regardless, Matt Cassel stinks. We get it. And now we can actually move forward and try to find a good backup quarterback. So now you're seeing the Titans starting to realize the problems that they've had for years and now actually going to address them. We need a receiving back. We need an actually competent backup quarterback because although we do love Marcus Mariota and we do believe he will be healthy, we don't know that for certain. We need a better backup quarterback, and I think there will be backup quarterbacks to be had in free agency. I know Trevor Siemian is a name that could be released, and he could be a free agent soon, so I'm looking at that name, among others. Someone said Teddy Bridgewater. I wouldn't do it. Teddy Bridgewater will not sit on the bench and shut up. I mean, I heard him making too many quotes throughout this year, backing up Case Keenum. I think he's going to come here and do the same thing, so I don't want Teddy Bridgewater. I don't want him. I want someone that we know can play, but is not going to run his mouth on the bench. We need someone that's going to sit behind Marcus Mariota and say, dog, do your thing. You're great. Leave me alone. I want to sit on the bench and eat Skittles. That's the kind of guy that we need in Tennessee. The Titans also released Denora Searcy, the safety of which Rustin Webster brought to this franchise. Oh, God. Okay, so, I mean, Denora Searcy to me is not bad. I'm actually surprised we released him. I thought this was a little very interesting, I would say, going under the radar because we saved a good amount of money doing it. I believe it was about 4 million around there, maybe 3 million. But it begs the question, what are they getting all this money for? Are we about to be active in free agency? Very exciting there. I would have kept him. I think he's a fine backup safety. I don't want him to be your starter, but honestly, there's an argument that he's better than Jonathan Cyprien, y'all. I mean, look, I'm not a Jonathan Cyprien fan. I mean, Jonathan Cyprien was awful last year for this franchise, for this football team. He couldn't do anything. He was whiffing time and time again. He had his occasional nice plays, occasional good play. But look, Jonathan Cyprien, I don't think he's very good. I would have kept Denora Cersei as Jonathan Cyprien backup, and just in case Cyprien stinks next year, we could have put in Cersei, but maybe we're going to go out and find a new backup strong safety that can come and can play whenever Jonathan Cyprien stinks, because I think we may have a Jonathan Cyprien problem, and it would have been so nice if maybe we could have ended up with Jamal Adams, but whatever, we didn't take him. Moved on. Okay, we move on to the last release. We released Eric Weems. Who cares? I just wanted to bring this up because last year I told y'all, I told y'all he stinks. Look, the guy didn't have a return for a touchdown since like 2010. Who the hell cares? And yet we signed him. People are like, oh yeah, he's a great special teamsman. Dude, our special team stunk this year. He was a big reason why to me. He didn't make any plays in the receiving game. He's released. Good. Okay, so we move on from that, and I just wanted to take a look at our upcoming free agents, okay, before we look at the free agents we should pursue in my next video. Okay, so our upcoming free agents, okay, we got problems, and they're in the middle of the offensive line. We have Josh Klein and Quentin Spain about to become free agents. Now, luckily for us, Quentin Spain is a restricted free agent. Let's start with him. Should we keep him? Sure. Look, my thing is, and I was going to Josh Klein too, because I think they're connected. I would keep one of them, okay? If you want to keep both, I'd be fine with it. But I want to upgrade this guard position. You know, I really want a mauler, just an absolute beast at guard. I already know we have two great tackles, one great left tackle, one great right tackle. But I also want a beast in the middle, and Ben Jones is an okay center, but he ain't no damn beast. So I think we're asking for trouble if we move forward with both Spain and Klein, who I don't think are ever going to be very good. Now, I think they can be good, and last year they were good. This year they were okay, and I think we're in trouble if we move forward saying, yeah, let's just rely on this offensive line, because I can see this interior offensive line deteriorating, and for us in 3 years having to replace all these idiots. Honestly, I can see that. I'm not convinced in any of these guys long term, right? So that's my problem there. So I'm looking at moving on from one of these guys. If you had to ask me which one, I would say Josh Klein, right? He's the unrestricted free agent. Keep Quinn Spain on the left side, and I'd go after a big-time guard in free agency. Now, Andrew Norwell, okay, he's the guard from the Carolina Panthers. Now, I believe he is a left guard. I'm pretty sure Trey Turner is the right guard and he's a left guard. So, I mean, you could keep then. If you're going to do that, you can keep Josh Klein and then go get Andrew Norwell, put him at left guard, and then say bye to Quinn Spain. Either way, I want Andrew Norwell, or I want a big-time guard, or I think we should even consider investing in a guard in rounds 2 or 3 or 4 in the draft. I know it's not sexy, but man, I think we need a beast in the middle moving forward. I think we could use that on this offensive line. We have two absolute beasts right now, Jack Conklin and Taylor Lewan, although Conklin had a bit of a down year. Moving forward with both of them is nice, but if we can have a third beast on this offensive line, that would really solidify this unit to me for years to come. Okay, and I'd really feel good about our offense in general, especially after we add a wide receiver or two. So I'm very intrigued right now. I'm interested to see what we're gonna do there. Just pick one to me, keep one. I wouldn't keep both. If you keep both, it's fine. If you let go of both, fine, but dog, you better replace them with somebody competent. You look at Daquan Jones, okay? I haven't heard much on the Daquan Jones front. I don't know what the hell is going on there. But my opinion on Daquan Jones is, if you want to keep him, sure. Like, luckily for you, and it's sad to say, he got a horrible injury to end the year. You can re-sign him for a cheap one-year deal. It sucks for him. Okay, it sucks for him, but I think if you go up to him, you say 1 year, $5 million, I think he says yes. I think that's just me spitballing. I mean, I'm not an agent. I have a decent pulse on the NFL contract situation and the market, but it wouldn't shock me if he's asking for more than that. But I think he's asking for about that, like a 1 year, $5, maybe $6 million prove it type deal. I think he'd take it. I'd be fine with that. I do think we need to upgrade our defensive line, and I've said that at times, but in the meantime, having Daquan Jones for another 1 year deal wouldn't be bad. And then the last big free agent, Avery Williamson, whom I've had a very up and down relationship with. As you all know, I call him Average Williamson. So here's the thing about Avery Williamson. He's going to ask for a good amount of money, okay? He's going to ask for probably top 5 inside linebacker money in this league. I was looking at SpotRack.com, which does a great job of analyzing and predicting the market for a lot of these guys. And they had Avery Williamson, I believe, at a market value of 4 years, about $36 million, which would put him as a top 5 inside linebacker in the NFL, which he would not deserve. Okay, but whenever you're paying guys, you're not paying them for their market, where they stand in the market right now. You're paying them for where they will stand in the market by the end of their deal. So essentially, although you'll be paying him as a top 5 inside linebacker right now, by the end of his deal, you're probably paying him as a top 15, most likely, because contracts will continue to go up, and the deal will look better and better, and the salary cap will continue to go up and up and up as well. So would I re-sign him for that figure, like 4 year, 35, 36 million, about $8.5 million per year? I personally wouldn't. You know, although it's nice to have that security because he is an okay player. He's not great. He's not, I don't think he's very good. You could say he's good. That's fine. I think he's all right. I think he's decent. Okay, I think he's a decent player. And it's nice having that security in the middle, saying we have this decent player in the middle of our defense. But he plays a very particular role for a defense in which he has to be everywhere, right? He has to cover. He's very close to the line of scrimmage. He's a strong side inside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme. Although now we're going to be playing, you know, more of a hybrid. And I think we can get more value in this spot with a better player, because whoever you get here, okay, at that spot is going to have to be active. And you would like, okay, you'd like to have like a, to me, a Keith Bullock, who wasn't a strong side linebacker now that I think about it, but a guy that is an absolute unadulterated total beast. Okay, in the middle of your defense that can run around and do things. Because I look at our defense moving forward, and I like it, but I think we're missing young, rising, fast, really good players that are going to replace some of these players. Well, Jerome Case is going to be around for a while. Okay, I'm happy about that. Adoree Jackson looks competent. Okay, good. Logan Ryan is still pretty young. Kevin Byard's really young. Okay, I like those guys. Brian Orakpo's getting old. Derek Morgan's getting old. Wesley Woodyard's getting old. I don't like the middle of our defensive line right now. I don't like our defensive line outside of Jerome Casey pretty much right now. I think we need some more young beasts on this defense. And Avery Williamson, I don't think is going to improve a lick from this point. Now, maybe he'll go somewhere else and he'll do pretty good. Like Zach Brown left our franchise and he's done pretty good, I guess. So maybe that might happen, but I want a new young beast. Like, don't you look at our defense and say, you know, we could really use a Keith Bullock. And Avery Williamson is a decent leader, but I want a man in the middle of our defense. And I think in this draft, there are candidates of inside linebackers that can do that for us. Look at Malik Jefferson. Look at Cameron Smith. If we could somehow end up with a Tremaine Edmonds or the guy from Alabama, I can't remember his name right now, Rashawn Evans, if we could somehow end up with them if we moved up or something like that. That intrigues me. Like, those are absolute beasts that would begin to change our defense and be a cornerstone for our defense moving forward. I think once you pay Avery Williamson that kind of deal, he's going to be a cornerstone for your defense moving forward. He's going to limit the amount of money you can dedicate to your defense moving forward. And I don't think I want to do that for him because I don't think he's that guy. I think he's all right. And I think at times you do need to overpay people. Like, I would have been fine paying for Jarvis Landry, overpaying for him, because to me, we don't have that guy on our wide receivers right now. I don't see that guy coming. Maybe Corey Davis will hopefully be that. Maybe Taywan Taylor will improve. But right now, that position has been such a problem for us for the past 10 years. I was fine overpaying for Jarvis Landry. I'm fine going into free agency and overpaying for Allen Robinson. But right now, look at our linebackers, especially when y'all's playing all right. Let's take a risk. Let's go draft an inside linebacker and let's see what he can do. Because I want another young beast in the middle of this defense. I want another cornerstone. Look at our offense right now. We have cornerstones. We have Marcus Mariota, Taylor Lewan, Jack Conklin, Derrick Henry. And we can see these cornerstones and how valuable they are. Defensively, maybe Adoree Jackson, definitely Kevin Byard, Jarrell Casey at this point. And that's it. We could use another one. So I really want to go into this draft and get a new edge rusher, get a new inside linebacker, and let them be 2 more cornerstones for this team moving forward. Because I look at Everett Williamson, I think he's all right, but I call him Average Williamson for a reason, because he's average. He's decent, but he's just not that good. He doesn't diagnose enough plays before the line of scrimmage, right? Doesn't come down with a lot of tackles for losses, stuffing running backs, forcing 2nd and 13s and such, getting a lot of sacks, doesn't do much of that, doesn't make nearly enough plays for me. He can strip the occasional ball, but doesn't come up with much interceptions since his rookie year. He doesn't make enough plays for me. And I think there are young playmakers in this draft that are coming up that can do that. So when you look at this upcoming free agency for the Tennessee Titans, it looks like we're about to spend some money. And I have to say good to that. But I also have to say, I wish we would have done this last year, because I felt last year was the year to do that. Remember, I was sitting here banging the table saying, go get Calais Campbell. Hello? The guy had over 14 sacks this season. That would have been nice to have some damn Calais Campbell on this defense. I was banging the table saying, dear God, go get Dante Hightower, who did well for the New England Patriots, ended up getting injured. But, you know, if he comes here, probably doesn't, right? That's just the way fate works. Anyway, I wish we would have done this last year, because I felt like last year's crop of free agents was more tuned to our needs. This upcoming one, it's okay. Like, we could go get Allen Robinson or Sammy Watkins, but are you convinced that those guys are the answer? I'm not. I was convinced Calais Campbell was the answer. I was convinced Dante Hightower was the answer. I was convinced AJ Boye was the answer at quarterback. Those were guys that were definite, absolute, without a doubt. You sign them, they're going to come in here and they're going to do well, period. Whenever you're talking about Allen Robinson and Sammy Watkins, I don't trust these guys. I mean, they're okay. I mean, but Allen Robinson's coming off of an injury at this point. He'll probably do well, and if we sign him, I'll be happy. But there's some question there. Sammy Watkins, why did he produce so little in LA? There's a question there. So there are too many questions for me. I'm down spending money, because I think we got to start spending money in this league. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles and what the hell they're doing right now. They look like a dynasty that's about to happen. The only way we're going to beat them is if we get to the Super Bowl. The only way we're going to get to the Super Bowl is if we begin to improve our roster. And you don't have to just do that through the draft. You can do that too, through both the draft and free agency. And you look at our salary cap situation. Yes, we have to re-sign Jack Conklin in 2020. It ain't 2020, okay? We can save, or we can spend money now, go get these players. I'm cool with that, but I wish we would have done it last year, because last year's crop had more definite good players to me, whereas this year's crop, we'll see. So there you go, my thoughts on the Tennessee Titans recent transactions. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.